The letter arrived on a cold morning, but the man who wrote it had been missing for 40 years. Everyone thought he was dead. The army stopped looking for him. The town slowly forgot his name. But one woman didn't forget. She went to the train station every single morning for 40 years, believing that one day a train would arrive, a door would open, and he would step down and say, "I'm sorry, I'm late." This is not just a story about war. This is a story about love, about promises, and about a man who went to war and never returned, and the woman who never stopped waiting. The train station was quiet that morning. A cold wind moved across the empty platform, making a soft sound through the Gélicie rails. The sky was gray, and the town looked like it had not fully woken up yet. Emily stood near the edge of the platform, holding an old brown envelope in her hands. Inside the envelope was a photograph. The photograph showed a young soldier in uniform, standing straight, smiling at the camera like he believed the world was a good place. His name was Daniel Carter, and that photograph was taken the day before he left for war and never returned. Daniel Carter was not a famous man. He was not rich. He was not powerful. He was just a simple young man from a small town in Ohio. He worked at his father's grocery store, helped his neighbors fix broken fences, and sometimes fixed old bicycles for children in the neighborhood. Everyone in town knew Daniel. He was quiet, kind, and always ready to help. But the most important thing about Daniel was that he always kept his word. If Daniel promised something, he would do it, no matter how long it took. And that is why Emily believed he would come back. Emily and Daniel had known each other since they were children. They went to the same school, walked the same roads, and spent their summers running through the open fields behind Emily's house. When it rained, they sat on the wooden porch and talked about their dreams. They dreamed about a small white house with a wooden porch. Daniel wanted a dog that would run in the yard. Emily wanted a garden full of flowers. Daniel said they would have 2 children, and Emily said maybe 3. They planned their whole life together before they were even 20 years old. But life does not always follow the plans we make. One evening, Daniel was closing the grocery store when he saw a letter on the counter. It had an official military stamp on it. He stared at it for a long time before opening it, like he already knew what it would say. That night, he walked to Emily's house. When Emily opened the door, she saw his face and immediately knew something was wrong. "What happened?" she asked quietly. Daniel handed her the letter. She read it slowly, and her hands began to shake. "I have to go," Daniel said. Emily looked at him for a long time. She wanted to cry. She wanted to scream. She wanted to tell him not to go, but she knew he had no choice. "When?" Emily asked. "Next week," Daniel said. The days after that felt strange. Every moment felt more important. They walked by the river, sat under the big tree near the church, and drove down empty roads at night with the radio playing soft music. They didn't talk much about the war. They talked about memories. The first day they met, the first time Daniel held her hand, the day he told her he loved her. On the last night before Daniel left, they sat on the hood of his old car, under a sky full of stars. "I'll come back," Daniel said. "No matter what happens, I'll come back to you." Emily tried to smile, but tears rolled down her face. "You better, because I'll be waiting." The next morning, the train station was full of people. Mothers were crying. Fathers were trying not to cry. Young men were trying to look brave. Daniel hugged his father. His father held his shoulder and said, "Come home, son." Then Daniel stood in front of Emily. For a moment, they didn't say anything. The noise around them disappeared. Daniel took a small silver ring out of his pocket. "I'll marry you when I come back," he said. Emily started crying, but she smiled and nodded. "I'll marry you. Just come back." Daniel stepped onto the train. He stood by the door and waved as the train started moving. Emily walked along the platform, trying to keep up, until the train disappeared. That was the last time she saw him. At first, Daniel's letters came every week. He wrote about the long days, the cold nights, and how much he missed home. He wrote about the stars, about the desert, about the sound of the wind at night. But every letter ended the same way. "Don't worry, I'm coming back." Emily kept all the letters in a wooden box under her bed. Every night before she slept, she opened the box and read one letter. It made her feel like Daniel was still alive, still somewhere under the same sky. Then, one day, the letters stopped coming. 1 week passed, 2 weeks passed, a month passed. Emily told herself the letters were just late. Then one morning, another letter arrived, but this letter was not in Daniel's handwriting. It was from the army. Emily opened it slowly. Her hands were shaking so much she could barely hold the paper. "We regret to inform you that Private Daniel Carter is missing in action." Missing, not dead. Missing. That one word changed Emily's life forever, because missing means maybe he is still alive. Maybe he will come back one day. So Emily waited. She waited 1 year, then 2 years, then 5 years. People told her to move on. They said, "He's not coming back." They said, "You're still young, you should live your life." But Emily always said the same thing. He promised he would come back, and Daniel never breaks a promise. Years passed. The town changed. New shops opened. Old houses were torn down. Children grew up and moved away. Emily's hair slowly turned gray, but she never left the town. She kept working at the local library. She lived in the same small house, and every morning she walked to the train station and sat on the same wooden bench where she last saw Daniel. She watched every train arrive. Soldiers returned home. Families hugged. Children ran into their father's arms. But Daniel never got off the train. Still, Emily waited. 10 years passed. 20 years passed. 30 years passed. Every year, on the same day Daniel left, Emily wore the same blue dress and went to the station. Then, one winter morning, almost 40 years later, a train arrived at the station. Snow was falling slowly, covering the tracks and the rooftops. An old man stepped off the train. He walked slowly, with a limp, like every step hurt. He looked around the station like he was searching for someone. He saw Emily sitting on the bench. He walked toward her slowly. "Excuse me," he said softly. "Is this Maple Street?" Emily looked up. "Yes," she said. "2 blocks that way." The old man didn't move. He kept looking at her face. Then he asked very slowly, "Are you Emily?" Emily's heart started beating fast. "Yes," she said, "I'm Emily." The old man's eyes filled with tears. "I'm sorry," he said. "I'm so late." Emily's hand started shaking. "Daniel?" she whispered. The old man nodded. "I told you I would come back. I just didn't know it would take me 40 years. Emily started crying and laughing at the same time. "I knew it," she said. "I knew you would come back. I told everyone, but no one believed me." Daniel sat next to her on the bench. "I was captured," Daniel said quietly. "I was a prisoner for many years. Then when I finally came back, I had nothing, no money, no home, but I never forgot you, not for a single day." Emily held his hand. "I never forgot you either," she said. Daniel took a small silver ring out of his pocket. "I carried this ring for 40 years, he said. "It was the reason I never gave up." He looked at her with tears in his eyes. "Emily, will you still marry me?"
Emily smiled through her tears. "Yes," she said, "I've been waiting my whole life to say yes." Some promises take a lifetime to keep. Some love stories don't end in a few years. Some people wait not because they are weak, but because they believe in love, in promises, and in hope. Daniel went to war and never returned, but Emily never stopped waiting. And sometimes waiting is the greatest act of love of all. Moral: true love is not about time. True love is about keeping a promise, no matter how long it takes.